All right, thanks you all very much for doing this. Welcome to CFPB. I just want to touch, I think it's more awkward for the people who work here and the people who know her. I don't know her, haven't met her. She actually, I think I read a couple of headlines said there were two folks who showed up today at work claiming to be director. I can assure you there was one person today who showed up at work claiming to be director. She wasn't here. And I think it's more uncomfortable for the folks that know her and work here, not knowing what the future holds. But again, she's a private citizen. She has the right to do what she did. I understand she brought the lawsuit in her private capacity. I assume she's paying for her own lawyers because the CFPB is not. The CFPB did not approve that lawsuit. So to the extent she's purporting to be acting in her role here, I think that's not accurate. But she has the right to do that. And again, we'll move on here and let the courts do as they will.
So she didn't come earlier today. What did he tell you about what he wants from this bureau?
If the law allowed this place not to exist, I'd sit down with the president and try and make the case that other agencies can probably do this job just as, or if not more effectively. That being said, if I had the chance to change it, to put it on appropriations and to subject to oversight to Congress, I'd do that as well. I have none of that flexibility as the director of this agency, of this bureau. Yes, sir.
So, how can you ensure the American people that you are?
But I have read accounts that one of the assertions is that this agency needs to be independent. Yet at the same time, I hear today media reports that Ms. English is on the Hill meeting with Mr. Schumer and Ms. Warren, and it makes me wonder who she wants to be independent from. Does she want to be independent from everybody or just independent from Donald J. Trump? So my guess is it is the latter. But I have no comment about Mrs. Warren's comments about me. He wants me to fix it. He wants me to get it back to the point where number one, that in order for the president to fill this spot using the Vacancies Act, it has to be somebody who is currently Senate confirmed anyway. And my guess is every single person who falls into that would report to the president, number one. And number two, and from a precedential value, this is how it's been done here. I mean, the people forget the first acting director was the Treasury Secretary. So I will be as closely tied to Donald Trump as president as Secretary Geithner and Mr. Corbray were to President Obama. I don't think that's anything different about any of the structures. That's why one of the reasons I think that the lawsuit may be ill-founded.
Introduce some kind of injunction to stop you continuing this role?
Not concerned. I mean, the court can do whatever the court is going to do. That's fine. I've read the legal opinion of not only the Department of Justice, but more interestingly, not more interestingly, as interestingly, the legal opinion of the general counsel here that says the president's right. So my guess is the court will hear the same arguments from capable folks. If the court decides to issue a temporary restraining order, order me not to come in the building, I will absolutely follow the law. I want to make that perfectly clear. We follow the law around here. That's what we do in the executive branch. I'm not concerned about it. I'm going forward tonight and tomorrow, assuming that I'm here, and I'll be here until either the court or the president tells me otherwise. Effective today, we've put something similar in place here to what we did across the entire executive branch at the outset of the administration. I think at the outset of the administration we did a 90-day hiring freeze. We put a 30-day hiring freeze here at CFPB. Probably more importantly, we put a 30-day immediate freeze on any new rules, regulation, and guidance. Anything that's in the pipeline stops for at least 30 days while I get a chance to see exactly what's going on and kick the tires here at the Bureau. Completely unaccountable agency, and I think that's wrong. I think that citizens should always have some ability to hold the bureaucracy accountable, and they can't here. And that's why I think we need structural and legislative change to the way this place is run. That being said, that's outside the bounds of the director to fix.